Welcome to SNODWARS Episode 2 with new dramatic lighting. I wanted to try something new because the previous angle was with the light going into the ceiling. I don't like when light directly hits me. It's pretty annoying. Also, if you're red-pilled about modern light bulbs and such, artificial light, that shit's not good for you. But yeah, I have this lamp and the fan lamp, which is a very awkward bright white light that it's kind of scary, to be honest. The way it outlines my face, I had to kind of dip in so I don't look like some kind of demon. But this lighting is kind of kind of like noir, detective, post-nod, at your service, a gumshoe. Well, they call me the gumshoe. I don't know why, but I know the proper term is gumshoe. I learned that much in detective college. These streets, I run these streets. Even though I'm poor and I don't know anybody, but I run these streets. I'll do anything for money. Namely, sexual favors. Pomade, noir, mostly farting on command. It was the real life of a crook, but they trusted me to solve the case. The Guna from Cumsville, Cumshoe Snod Jones, they call me. Anyways, yeah, episode 2 of my series of monologues or ruminations. And I've been waiting a little bit just to get my thoughts together on this one. It's not that I have like themes going into it, but I do have things, I guess, that normally I would talk about on stream, but not everybody catches every stream or every second or every bit of context. So it's good to have them all in one series, hence Snod Wars. And I was having trouble, I was thinking up ways to go into what I wanted to talk about, namely, I guess, what would it be? It's I guess it would be political, in a sense. It does. Well, it's been happening political. What's been happening politically, with the election year. And of course, us winning and them losing. That part's very important. I have been seeing, though it is good to celebrate, of course. It's good to celebrate, the victories, even though we know what we know from government and politics and the show it is. I wasn't the only one struggling with this. I was seeing fellow snodders struggling with seeing people who are supposedly, hip to what's going on, or red-pilled, or this and that. Kind of like going back into the political fervor, the tribal fervor of, or of appearing to believe, it's not a total ruse or planned out from the start, or stuff like that. Which, planned out from the start, or already planned, it doesn't have to mean some shadow organization. It could also mean God. It could mean in the God sense, which is something I was ruminating on, because I wanted to understand what was going on. Because yes, it's good to celebrate our images out there are winning, our morals are good, is taking the triumphant position on the world stage. But it being Trump, I do remember the Trump years and all the buffoonery, not just from Trump, with like Kushner and like bringing in useless people who would go on to betray him, but also rhinos in the Senate trying to stop his stuff that was trying to go through, this and that. Remembering the political history that's still so fresh to me, at least. And I was thinking before the results came in, if Trump wins, good. But is it going to be like an automatic switch into Baseville? Probably not. But yeah, we know that already. Typically, I think most of us know that. So it's good to just have a good victory, relish in some victory. We still gotta be vigilant. We still gotta remember the trickery, the tap dance, the act. And if you're gonna enjoy, enjoy it to a detached point. Don't go all the way back to the starting point, but on more modern issues. You should be having an advanced understanding of or approach of politics. As you're dealing with all this chaos, and on top of that, the mysteries. But where does that stem from? Like, because I do remember myself feeling this, like, during the election. Everybody's like, yeah, Trump, we did it. Like, I did feel I guess you could call him doomer, or contrarian. Not contrarian, I guess doomer, or me trying to be real feelings of, like, yeah, it's pre-planned. Like, yeah, of course, like, letting Trump win. Like, this is all how it's supposed to be. Kind of thinking at this point, like, shadow organization maybe, but like thinking fully now, like it is planned, by God. I still believe that. So it's not too bad to celebrate. And also, at the most basic point, or basic level, like, I'm getting mad at you choosing to do the things you do with your understanding. And like, why am I getting mad at that? Of course it sucks that you can't be at the same level of understanding with your friends or your family, people that are close to you. It does stink when there's that discrepancy. And in the realm of this kind of stuff, it does get to it coming from me and you, human beings, There's always the edge of, oh, you're saying that, or like, I don't want this person to tell me that, like, or they're saying it. Like, I don't know what I believe about that, because they said it. And the discrepancy is harsher when a person is trying to communicate something that they discovered, in truth, or through truth, or through science, and for them to be kind of hit with that, as like, oh, like, what do you know? Like that's your opinion? Like, no, this is something that's true, I'm just trying to communicate it to you. I wish it could be a disembodied truth and just like beam this into you. But sadly, it has to come through me. And there's always going to be that shade of, oh, it's coming from his ego. It's coming from him trying to sound deep or this and that. Like he's stoned and retarded. It's just going schizo. There's always going to be the edge to that, sadly. But the person departing knowledge does have to know that if they're gonna take that role in life. No. If it's really true, it will come around. And you can be there for them once they start seeing the finer details, seeing the cracks. And of course, we won't be shitty, when you do. Maybe a little bit. But we can't be mad at them because they're using, to the best of their ability, their choice. Even though, of course, some of them are under control. It's more like they're giving up control. And really, you gotta look at people, even the lowest and the dumbest. You gotta look at them as them using their free will to do everything. And they should. Like, that's the most important faculty to have, be strong and independent. And that's why it's so bad when it's not independent. You run the risk of debasing itself. But it's always better, though, for one to follow their free will and to do what another person does. And everybody does that to the best of their ability. But if it's real truth, and if you yourself are a proper node for it, you'll kind of bring them towards it, or it'll start appearing in their life more, to the point where they can't say no to it. But that's how the truest good tends to be. Tends to get a little mystical. But yeah, point being, when you have like discrepancies with friends, even some discrepancies that can kind of leave you like with a moment of black pill, you just gotta understand, it's not that serious. Just fooling around. Hopefully, discrepancy isn't super wide. Well, but I can understand when you're seeing people go back into the political fervor and be like, oh, did you guys forget? But as long as it is for fun and celebration, it's only jovial. And at the end of the day, detached, it's alright. We can have our understanding, we have our cake as well. That was pretty clean. I wanted to talk about something else. No, I think that pretty much attacks all the stuff I've been thinking about lately in terms of relationships and friends. And let's take a turn into it not going so serious and specific. Like, I'll connect it to astrology. In astrology, the sign and the planet of like personal relationships or friendships. Relationships can mean, love, but it's also like friendships in a way, deep friendships, or maybe like just relationships in general, like how what role you have with each other or other people, or like people out there. And the immediate 180 planet to the planet of the self, Mars, is Venus in Libra. And all across the chart, you have Mars opposing this Venus, and that relationship kind of illustrates it in a interesting way, because Mars does represent those more personal aspects, you know, some which could be anger or drive, you know, motivations, and maybe with if you think of an Aries person, you think of someone super boisterous, or maybe in a way self-centered, or it comes off as self-centered. You know, those kind of traits are opposed to Venus. Like when you're in the realm of relationships, or of diplomacy or friendship, it is no, when you bring in too much of your own self, like your own ego, or your own kind of more deep-seated, slightly aggressive traits into friendship, it can just be harsh. You know, it's very unhospitable kind of situation. And another planet that's not good with Venus is Saturn. Which I'm kind of running out of steam on the astrology stuff. Actually, I got my stuff out. I got what I said out pretty neatly, to the point where I'm like out of steam. But I'll wrap it up here with a bit of a symbolic connections. You know, Saturn and Venus, not a good pairing. Mars and Venus, the Sun in Venus with Libra. Mostly focusing on, you know, the Sun and Mars having a bad time, or being like unhospitable in that realm of Venus, where it's like diplomacy. You know, Libra's known for diplomacy, and Taurus is known for just being chill, just chilling out, dude. Not to say those signs can't be egoistic, or like have their bad traits. And you would think in friendship, you know, you are going, like, friendship is fun because you get to express yourself, but it's not solely a realm of expressing yourself, because your friends are like real people. They're not just like a stage, they're not just an audience, not just a camera. Like, your friends are friends, and you kind of have to bring yourself to a diplomatic level, you know, more even level, more easygoing level, on the ego level, to be able to relate and have relationships with people that aren't hectic or strange or negative. And that's just something true. It does apply in astrology, which is kind of weird, but that is, you know, that's a true thing. If you're too self-centered with your friends, like, they're gonna be like put off by it. If you're too aggressive with your friends, if you're too you're trying to use your friends for nefarious means. Stuff that is true, but stuff that is also strangely true in astrology. But yeah, that's damn, that's good. I should I should do that more often. Just like spend days thinking something over. Though I did have to wait just because I had to get some like stuff resolved I was getting a bit chaotic. It's all fine now, but partly it being my fault not communicating, partly being a pride thing. It's a combination of that. Yeah. It's all good now. Oh shit. That I would say it's kind of unprompted, but I would say like my mental illness is that I keep it in, keep stuff in, just in general, and then I'll make resentment in my mind from that. I've been better about it, but it's still a part of me. It's a bad part of me. I'm trying to kick that part of me's ass, but yeah, sometimes pride doesn't let that be. I'm gonna try to do a little better about that in the future. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, this has been Snod Wars, episode 2. Snod Wars. Snod Wars. Snod Wars. Snod Wars, episode 2. Pee and Poo. The greatest pee and the greatest poo. Snod Wars, episode 2. Big poop. I don't know. Alright. Snod Wars out. You've been listening to, James Ferraro. Genie Headgas in the Tower of Dreams. One of my all-time faves from Mr. Ferraro. Go check it out. Snod out.